welcome back to my channel, Armor Gaming. Today we have another progressive island. We have the Pirate Island, and progressive islands can be a little tough for some people, so I'm making this video to explain how progressive islands work. Now I also have two videos on progressive island. One is on the toy island and the other one on the manga island. The manga island is about a 20-minute video and it's a really detailed explanation, and the toy island video is about 8 or 7 minutes, and that's a little condensed version. I don't know how long this video will be, but if this video doesn't help you out, try listening to the manga island or the toy island and maybe it can help you out if by the end of this video you still don't completely understand how progressive islands work. But I'm going to do my best to show you guys how they work and how to play effectively and efficiently to get as many monsters as you can. So as you can see, there's 11 days, 14 hours, 31 minutes left from the time I'm recording this video. The original event had 12 days to begin with. So let's scroll down here. Let's take a look at the monsters we can get. So we have a rare, 2 epics, a legendary. In my opinion, it's pretty amazing that they're giving us Verona on the 4th mission. So even like a new player is able to get him. And they're giving us Cthulhu on the 5th mission. For those that don't have him, he's actually one of the monsters used to breed Nabotis. So that's pretty awesome. And if we go to the 6th mission, Cavenfish is there, and he's, without spending any gems, or without spending a lot of gems, you can actually get Cavenfish. So I'm going to show you guys about that. You could probably spend around 20 gems and you can get them. And then the 7th and 8th, which are honestly the best monsters, unfortunately you have to spend way too much to get them. So if you want to buy gems, you can totally do so and you'll be able to get them. But let's scroll down. This is just an introduction. So you receive items from performing different events in Monster Legends. So for instance, click food and you get an item. Win battles as you progress on your amazing quest across the island. There's some battles you have to do, and then that's the different stuff you can do. So you can do PvP, hatching eggs, feeding your monsters. I mentioned collecting gold, so we'll scroll down and see what else you can get. Alright, so this section is really important, how the Pirate Island works. So progressive islands means you have to complete the mission in order, so that means you can't skip from, say, you can't automatically only try to go for the 5th pass like you can in the maze. You have to go through mission 1, then mission 2, then mission 3, then mission 4, and mission 5. You have to progress. And then this is entirely differently from flipping card events. So for example, 10 times collecting 1 through 1,000 gold is better than just collecting 1 million gold. So it doesn't matter if you collect a large quantity at once, it matters more that you collect how many times you click and collect. So we'll scroll down to see how each mission works. Important keynotes here are the number sign, the number of items needed to be collected, the percent sign, the percent chance of collecting the item when performing the related action. The pool is the number of available items to collect at the start of each challenge. You can fill up to, but not past this point, and I'll explain more on that later. The spawn time is the time it takes for another item to be added to the pool. Once the pool is full, you cannot add to it. Really important. Estimated time is the minimum time required to get each current item, so I'll talk more about that too. And the pool time is hidden, but it's estimated using previous events such as the manga island and the toy island. And now we have an example. I really like this example because it does a pretty good job at explaining, and I'm gonna walk you guys through it. So for example, let's say we needed to collect meteorites, and let's say meteorites could only be collected by collecting gold, right? So every time you press click on a habitat to collect gold, you have a 25% chance of getting a certain number of meteorites. No one really knows how many meteorites. It might be 1, it might be more, but that's how it works, okay? So you collect gold in order to get meteorites, and you need to get 81 of them, and you have 25% chance every time you press collect gold on a habitat. The pool is 7. That means that the most you can ever get, for example, let's say you don't play the game a whole night, when you wake up and you press collect gold on all your habitats, the most meteorites you'll get is 7. And that's because that is the max of number of meteorites that can actually fit into the pool. And 1 meteorite, that's really important, 1 meteorite spawns every hour, 8 minutes, and 34 seconds. So, according to this, it will take 3 days, 12 hours, 33 minutes, and 56 seconds in order to get 81 meteorites, assuming like every time the pool was full, you would play. Which is really hard to do, but if you time it perfectly, you can come really close to that number. So we scroll down to the summary of Pirate Island. These are the different monsters and the different items required to get each monster. And you can click on any monster, so we'll just start with Crystal Ball since he's the first. You click here to see detailed requirements, and I'll give you a better example than their example just to show you guys how it would work. I'll also explain how this works right now. So when you first start off, he costs 133 gems to buy. That's assuming you haven't collected anything, you haven't collected gold, you haven't collected the breeding, you haven't done player versus player, you haven't done anything at all. You need to spend 133 gems. But once you do your initial collecting of items, it drops from 133 gems down to 54 gems. That's why at 0 hours he only costs 54 gems. And let's say you wait 2 hours before playing the game again, and you do the player versus player, I'm assuming, or this map. Yeah, you would do the map. It would drop to 45 gems, and then you wait another 2 hours, 34 gems, and you wait 6 hours, 24 gems, you wait 8 hours, 13 gems, and so forth. So for example, this pirate steering wheel, you need to collect 20 of them. You have a 25% chance to collect it every time you collect gold on a habitat. The max pull is 7, and the spawn time is 1 hour, 8 minutes, 34 seconds. So this means when you first played the game, if you collected gold, you should have gotten a maximum of 7 steering wheels, which means you would only need 13 more steering wheels. And every hour and 8 minutes and 34 seconds that you play afterwards, you get 1 more added to your pool. Now, one super important thing about spawn time is that the spawn time resets every time you log into the game, or at least that's what people believe. So in this case, it spawns every hour, 8 minutes, and 34 seconds. So let's say you log in at 10 p.m. and then you log in 1 hour and 9 minutes later, you'll have exactly 1 steering wheel, right? Awesome. But let's say you log in at 10 p.m. and then you log in in 2 hours later. That isn't enough time for the spawn time to get another steering wheel. But what ends up happening is that your time resets. So you'll only get 1 added to the steering wheel, and now you have to wait another hour and 8 minutes to get a steering wheel. I hope that was clear. I'll demonstrate with this. So the spawn time is 1 hour and 36 minutes. That means that you get 1 crossbones every hour and 36 minutes. If you log in the game in 3 hours, which is just 12 minutes shy of getting 2 crossbones, you'll only get 1 crossbone, and then you'll have to wait a whole hour and 36 minutes before you can get another crossbone. So the time resets. So it's really, really important to time your logins. And the way I've calculated is that when you multiply 7, which is the maximum pool, and the spawn time, you get 8 hours. When you multiply an hour 36 minutes and 5, which is the maximum pool for the crossbones, you get 8 hours. So during progressive events, just log in every 8 hours and you're good to go. And when we look at any other monster, hopefully Drop Elemental has it. Yeah, right here. Hatching. You get 1 hatching, 1 parrot every 8 hours. So you might as well be logging in every 8 hours. We look at this, 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes times 3 is 8 hours. Spawn time 2 hours, pool 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So just log in every 8 hours and you should be good to go. So we'll take a look at Drop Elemental here. When you first start him, it'll be at 198 gems. But once you collect your 4 steering wheels, your 3 crossbones, and your 1 parrot, it'll drop down to 135 gems. And then you wait your 8 hours, make sure not to log into the game, and you'll drop somewhere over here, so it'll cost around 90 gems. Then you wait another 8 hours to the 16 mark, it'll be a little under 50, and you wait another 8 hours, that'll mean you've been playing for a day, and then he'll cost 18 gems. And you wait 8 hours, and he'll be somewhere down here, and he'll cost around 6 or 5 gems. And then 4 hours later, he'll only cost 1 gem, and that's when they recommend you buy it for 1 gem, and then you can move on. So that's how you read this. So going back to Crystal Bull, after 12 hours you can buy him for 5 gems, and I guess that's what they're recommending. Drop Elemental cost in 1 day and 12 hours. That means you've already spent 6 gems, and 2 days have passed. We move on to the next monster, 1 day and 12 hours for 1 gem. That means you've spent 7 gems, 3 days and 12 hours have passed. We move on to Verona. He takes 2 days and 12 hours, which is equal to 6 days passing, and we're at 8 gems. We move on to Cthulhu. It takes 1 day and 12 hours to get him, which brings our total up to 7 days and 12 hours, and he costs 4 gems at that point, so we're spending 12 gems at the time. Then we move on to Cavenfish. And Cavenfish takes a little longer than everyone else. He takes 3 days. So by then 10 days and 12 hours have passed, and you don't even need to spend any gems for him. So that means that if you successfully played, if you logged in every 8 hours and was able to play and collect items at the max pool, by the 10th day and 12 hour that you've been playing, you should have Cavenfish and you should have only spent 12 gems. That's a pretty good deal to get 2 legendaries, 3 epics, and a rare. Now the last 2 monsters, Commander Alvid and Will Razorface, they cost way too much. So you see the starting off is 1423, and then even after collecting the first, let's go the first day, so somewhere around here, it's still going to cost around 600 gems. Then let's say you wait 2 days, it's still around 200. So, you know, by Cavenfish, if you haven't spent any gems, you've already used up 10 days and 12 hours. So you don't have much time considering the whole event was only 12 days. So to get the last 2 monsters, you really do need to spend money and you need to spend gems. So it's really up to you if you want to get them. They're really great monsters, to be honest, especially Will Razorface. I wish I could get him myself, but I don't really spend money on this game, so I'm probably not going to be getting him. I'm probably going to only go up to Cavenfish. I just hope this video was helpful. I hope I was able to explain clearly. If I didn't explain anything too clearly, just go ahead and shoot me a message or leave a comment below telling me that I need to explain something more thoroughly. And again, I do have 2 videos on Progressive Island, the Toy Island and the Manga Island videos. And again, all of these talk about Progressive Island, which is essentially the same thing, just different monsters. So if this video wasn't helpful, check those out. They're a lot more detailed than this video was maybe. Let me know if I need to clarify anything, so just leave a message below. And good luck to everyone. I'll see you guys next time.